empowering people who supervise or manage others to become an extraordinary human communication experience. Hi, my name is Lynda Molaison, and I have a company called Dynamic Performance Coaching and Consulting. And what I do is I enable people to be able to communicate with others that they converse with, that they supervise or manage to be an empowering human communication experience. And what this means is that when you communicate with others, is that there's a sense and feeling that you're connected, you're interested, and that people get what they want and need from you within that exchange. And as supervisors and managers, isn't that really the importance of being able to deal with people and get our business done today? Well, let me tell you, many people have the experience with working with their supervisors or managers that they're ignored, that they're never listened to, that they can be a hindrance or a bother. And as hard as it is for someone to admit, I know when I was a supervisor, I sometimes treated people that way. Because when you become a supervisor, they really try to teach you the mechanics of things. The how to hire someone, how to give a performance evaluation, how to kind of be chummy with one another. And that really doesn't work. What really works to get people interested to doing a great job is being listened to and empowered and knowing that they make a difference in the world. And really, that's what I'm all about. The things that I've learned in my life just really have made a difference in being able to communicate, being empowered, and having self-expression where I've never had it before. And so these are things that I share with individuals. I want a supervisor to be able to communicate with their employees and those around them, giving them power and giving them the sense that there's possibility and greatness in everyone that we meet. And when we have employees that feel empowered, imagine the effect that they have on customers and the job that they do. Imagine how their productivity would look having that. And as an employee, how many times have you walked out from your performance evaluation and felt empowered? No one I know who's had that experience ever feels empowered when they have a performance evaluation. Because that common theory out there is that you can't be perfect. Well, of course no one's perfect, but there are extraordinary people who do extraordinary things. And as supervisors, I feel as though these are things that we need to tell our employees. Imagine the type of work environment you would have having that. So I'll tell you, the types of outcomes that my training can provide you is that people are an extraordinary communication experience, that there's a flow of communication between individuals that's very real and very present. And feedback is very empowering to individuals, and that there's a possibility for people to be able to transform how they do their job and how they interact with everyone. And there's a relatedness with people so that you can understand where everyone else is coming from. And when you understand where people are coming from, it really puts a context in for you to be able to relate to them and get the things that you need and be able to give others the things that they need to have. And then how to coach individuals. Many supervisors think that they coach individuals when they tell them how to do something. Well, we all know that that's not coaching. Coaching is all about being able to listen for what people are doing, what they need, what they want, how to fulfill their life so they have enjoyment in their life. And let's face it, as much time as we spend on the job, we spend probably more time on the job than we do at home with our loved ones or doing the things that we really want to be doing out there. So when we have a great experience at work, it just spills over into our life. I mean, how do we stop bringing our personal life into our business and our business into our personal life? if you're really one of the fortunate ones, you've learned how to integrate everything so that your life is your work and your work is your life. But unfortunately, not everyone's there. So when you bring these new experiences and skills into the workplace, you really do transform how work gets done. And finally, one of the great things is that you're able to be present with people and just understand and allow things to happen without trying to force things and without trying to feel as though you have to fix everything. Because not everything needs to be fixed, especially yourself. Because you know, you are whole and perfect the way you are. And when you have these other skills, it just enhances that perfectedness. And as we all know, going to a 2 or 3 day training isn't the beginning or end of a great experience in how you transform things. So part of my program is an additional 8 weeks of coaching after my training, because it takes about that long to be able to cement in that information and the work experiences. So that coaching includes 8 weekly sessions with everyone in your group that you've established relations with, and be able to bounce ideas off and be able to try things before you really roll them out into your community there at work. And then also work experiences that help these skills and really get them into everyday work life. And then also different exercises to help you roll those into every day so that they do become a part of your life. And so I invite you to give me a call. My number is 619-631-4912. Or you can find me on LinkedIn. And I would love to talk to you on how I can help your organization or yourself transform to be that extraordinary human communication experience. And with that, do I have any questions? Yes, Mary.
Well, I've recently become aware, or more aware of the fact that there seems to be a male way of communicating and a female way of communicating. Do you differentiate between, or do you address both of those styles in your coaching?
Yes, and to the effect that there are different ways. However, when you come from understanding how each individual communicates, there is that energy, the male and female energy. And that's what a lot of people get confused with, because I tend to have a lot of male energy myself, so I can really connect with how males communicate. So it's really understanding that there's different ways to communicate, no matter if you're male or female. And when you start incorporating and you are present to how people are communicating back to you, then you get to understand their individual style. And it's not just male or female, but there's a lot of different ways that we communicate.
Thank you.
Certainly. Any other questions? All right. Thank you.